Next, question number 8. A woman basic salary for her first year with a particular company is $30,000, and at the end of the year she also get a bonus of $600. Our first question: for her first year, express her amount as a percentage of her basic salary. One mark question. Simply they want to find the percentage. And the second one, at the end of each complete year, the woman's basic salary will increase by 3% and her bonus will increase by 100. Express the bonus she will be paid at the end of her 24th year as a percentage of her basic salary during the year. Now first answer the first part and then we'll discuss B part in detail. So A part, bonus as a percentage of basic salary. So bonus as a percentage of basic salary is equal to, now that the bonus is 600 and basic salary is 30,000. So this is 600 divided by 30,000 into 100. Double zero get cancelled, this double zero also get cancelled. So which is equal to 2, 3 1 ja 3 2 ja 6, so 2%. So now this problem of part B is quite complicated, and actually this is in a single problem there are two problems. One is our bonus and second one is our salary. So at the end of each complete year, woman basic salary will increase. So their salary increases by 3% and that bonus will increase by 100. The bonus, so we'll focus on the bonus, that bonus increase by 100. So first let's see the bonus and then we'll discuss about the salary. So bonus is equal to, initially it was 600, now every year increases by 100 plus 100. So in the first year it is 6, in the second year 100, in the third year 100, likewise it keep on increasing till 24th year. But we can see this, that after some amount it is increases by fixed amount, so which form nothing but AP, arithmetic progression, with first term which can we say that A, which is equal to 600, and common difference which we can call it D, which is equal to 100. So we want to find the bonus at 24th year. So finding the bonus at 24th year is nothing but finding that particular nth term, and we know that formula for nth term Tn is equal to a plus d time n minus 1. Now here we want to find n is, in this case n is 24, here that n is 24, this n is equal to 24 and a is given, d is given. So 24th term is equal to 600 plus d is 100, n is 24 minus 1, which is equal to 600 plus this is 24 minus 1 is 23, so this is 2300 plus 600, which is equal to 2900, that is 2099. So this is increase in the bonus. This is the bonus in the year 24th year. This is bonus. You can call this is a, since dollar is given, so you can write $2900. Now next is about the salary. So let's see how the salary is going on. For the salary, the second part of the problem of B part is the salary. So here that fixed amount of that this salary. Now we can see that salary increases by 3% every year with the basic this one. So we can see this form GP, with A is equal to 30,000 and R is equal to 1.03. So A is equal to salary, A is equal to 30,000 and R is equal to 1.03. Why? Because since it is increasing by 3%, increasing by 3%, so it formed GP. Now in a GP, to find any particular term, so that nth term is given by A into this R is nothing but common ratio. This R is nothing but our common ratio. So A into R to the power n minus 1. Now in this case we have that A is 30,000, R value is 1.03, n value is 24 year already given, minus 1, which is equal to, use your calculator. So this is equal to 59207.6. In examination sometimes students forget to do this one and they simply write 24. Still that mark is given to the student. So our final, this is about the bonus and this is about the salary discussion in the problem. Now they ask in the problem, it is asked, express the bonus she will paid at the end of her 24th year as a percentage of basic salary during that year. So here also we need to find out the percentage, same that we did for this. The question, express the bonus as a percentage of her basic salary. So bonus is this one, basic salary is this one. So this question B is moving exactly parallel to the question part A with some modification, and that modification is here that there are two types of increment. One is salary increasing, and second one that bonus is also increases. Now salary increases by 3% per year, so it form GP, and that bonus increases 100 per year, so plus 100 plus 100 plus 100, so it form AP. So bonus as a percentage of basic salary at the end of 20. So therefore bonus as a percentage of basic salary at the end of 24th year is equal to bonus divided by basic salary into 100, which is equal to 2900 divided by 59200 into 100. Now you can see that this is very important to note that in this problem that answer for this salary is this amount, but I have taken this one as it 59200, that is it is taken to 3 significant figure. So this is converted, or this is 3 significant figure, 3 significant figure. So use your calculator to write the answer to your question is 4.9 something or 4.8 something. Use the calculator in your calculator is, so in a calculator you will get 4.89%, but will write 9. Why? Again here we are writing our answer as a 1 decimal place. Okay, so we'll see question number 9. Part 1. Express 2x square plus 12x plus 11 in the form of 2x plus a the whole square plus b, where a and b are constant. So this is the favorite question of the student. They feel free or easy to express. This is nothing but the completing the square method problem. And that B part, the function f is defined by this: f of x, same function for x is less than equal to -4. Find an expression for f inverse of x and state the domain of the x inverse. This question may be challenging for the student if some initial care is not taken by the student. Obviously we will discuss in detail. So first answer to the first part. So question A, 2x square plus 12x plus 11, and that x is less than equal to -4. So this is equal to, see always, and now this is of the form a plus b x square plus bx plus c form. So write down this 2 as a common. Always note that whenever you want to write this as a completing square form, so make the coefficient of x square as a 1. And we want to up to here, so no need to take the common from that 11c part. So this is just only x square plus 6x bracket close plus of 11. Now we do the completing for this bracket part only. So this is 2 x square. Now that writing this is x square plus 6x plus 9 minus 9 plus 11. Now the some student gets surprised how to get this directly 9. This is very simple. Always write this one in this form, that a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now we are missing this square part here. So this b square is always equal to half into coefficient of x the whole square, coefficient of x the whole square. So in this case, half the coefficient of x is 6 the whole square. 2 3 are 6, 3 ka square is 9. We need to add this 9 and subtract that 9. So adding that 9 and subtracting that 9. So my problem reduced to, this is 2 as it is, this is x square. So 2 time x square, no, up to here this is x, this is plus, and square of 9 is a square of 3 the whole square minus 9 is plus 11. Now open the bracket. So this is 2 times x plus 3 the whole square minus 2 into 9 is 18 plus of 11. This is equal to, this is 2 times x plus 3 the whole square minus 13 plus 11 is minus 7. Now comparing with whatever is given to write in this form, 2 times x plus a the whole square plus b will get, that is comparing with the 2 times x plus a the whole square plus b, we can say that a is equal to 3 and that b is equal to minus 7. Now it is not asked to find the vertex. It is not asked to find the vertex. If it is asked to find the vertex, that is a different task. So vertex become here minus 3 and minus 7, because we need to compare this part equal to 0. Now see the b part. First see the question. So for f of x is equal to same function, for x is less than equal to minus 4, we need to find the expression and then state the domain of the function f inverse. So for finding the domain, you can first start with the finding the domain and range of the function, and then find the expression and then find the domain or range for the f inverse. So note that first we will need to find the domain of or range of the function. So domain of the function, in this case it is already given, x is less than equal to minus x. So this is the domain, this is domain for f, and that range for the f is f of x is greater than or equal to minus 5. How? substitute this 4 over here. So minus 4 plus 3 is 1, square of 1 is 1, so 2 into 1 is 2, 2 minus 7 is 5. Now find the expression for the F inverse. So let always start with this, let F inverse of that x is equal to y. So therefore x is equal to f of y. So this is equal to that function. We need to express function in f, but always take this completed square form. So taking the completed square form, this is 2, replace that x by y plus 3 the whole square minus 7. So therefore x plus 7 is equal to 2 times y plus 3 the whole square. So y plus 3 the whole square is equal to x plus 7 divided by 2. So x plus 3 is equal to plus minus root of x plus 7 divided by 2. So y is equal to plus minus 3 plus minus root of x plus 3 divided by 2. Now already this y is taken as f inverse, so I can write f inverse of x which is equal to minus 3 minus x plus 7 divided by 2. Here is the question, why should we take this minus, not that plus 1? If we take this plus, so it's become this minus and this plus. Now that domain in this case is, we want the value, see here we want the value of that that is the domain of f here becomes the range of that function. So domain of f becomes the range of f inverse. So domain of f is become range of f inverse, but the domain of f is given less than equal to minus 4. That is, if you are taking the plus value, so it is 3 something, so it increases not decreases as a 4, but we want less than 4, therefore this part should be positive. This is the first for taking this negative sign. Now it is asked to state the domain of f. Now domain of f inverse is nothing but range of f. So range of f is domain. Range of f is already we have calculated here, greater than or equal to -5. So domain is greater than equal to -5. C part of the question. The function g is defined by g of x is equal to 2x minus 3 for x is less than equal to k. For the case where k is equal to -1, solve the equation f g x is equal to 193. So f g of x, which is equal to f g of x, that is our input for the function f is g of x. But how f is defined? Always take this completing square form. So this is 2 times g x is replaced by g of x plus 3 as it is, square as it is, -7 as it is. Now simplify this. So this is 2. Now g of x is given. How that g of x is given? Here that g of x is equal to 2x minus 3. So we'll substitute here. So this is 2x minus 3 plus of 3 the whole square minus 7, which is equal to 2 times plus minus 3 get cancelled, 2 cos square 4 and x square. So 4 to the 8, 8x square minus 7. Now this value is already given to us, where case for, so this is 8x square minus 7 is equal to 193. Since that f composite the g of x is given to us 193. So simplify this. So this is 8x cos square is equal to, this need to be add. So this is say 193 plus 7 is 200. So x square is equal to 25. So x is equal to plus minus 20 root 25 become 5. Again the question is to take x as a 5 or minus 5. Obviously we will take x is equal to minus 5. Why? Because it is mentioned that for k is equal to minus 1, this value is f g of x is equal to 193. It is given. And the k is defined that x should be less than equal to k. X should be less than equal to k, and k is equal to minus 1. So obviously k is equal to minus 5. D part of the question. State the largest value of k possible for the composition of f composite G to be defined. 1 mark question. So for D part, that g of x is given to us as 2x minus 3 such that x is less than equal to k. No doubt. F of x is given to us, which is equal to 2 times x plus 3 the whole square minus 7, and that x is less than equal to minus 4. Now that f composite G is equal to f g of x, which is equal to, now see here, this is very good step to solve here. This g of x, that is what is the input here we actually want this to be defined. So that here input for f, g is input, but actually this x is, so that x is less than, is x is less than minus 4, x is less than minus 4, therefore that g of x is also less than, g of x is less than equal to minus 4, but g of x is defined 2x minus 3 less than equal to minus 4, therefore this 2x is less than equal to minus 1, that is x is less than equal to half, that is k is equal to minus half. So here k is minus or largest possible value for which that g f gx is defined. Question number 10. The gradient of a curve at a point x comma y is given by dy by dx is equal to 2 times x plus 3 to the power half minus x. The curve has a stationary point at a comma 1 4 where a is positive constant. Find the value of a, and b part is determine the nature of stationary point. So d is straightforward, no doubt that we need to find the stationary point, so we will take the second order derivative, but before that we need to find the value of a. A part, dy by dx is given to us is 2 times x plus 3 to the power half minus x. Now stationary point SP is given to us a comma 14. Now when a is equal to, when a is equal, sorry, x is equal to a, the value that is stationary point x is equal to a, the derivative is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 2 times a plus 3 to the power half minus a. So this is 2 times a plus 3 to the power half is equal to a. So a plus 3 to the power half is equal to a square by, sorry. So a plus 3 to the power 1 by 2 is equal to a by 2. So a plus 3 is equal to a square by 4. So a square is equal to 4a plus 12. So a square minus 4a minus 12 is equal to 0. Use your calculator to find the value of a. So therefore a is equal to, of using the calculator, by using the calculator, or you can factorize also, the factor is, you can factorize or use the calculator, is of your choice. So take two numbers, product is 12 and the sum is 4, 6 and 2. So this is a minus 6 and a plus 2 is equal to 0. So a is equal to 6 or a is equal to minus 2. We can't take this value because in the problem it is given that a is positive, so this is our a. So that is our stationary point, that SP now is 6, so this is 6 comma 14. Now we will see B part of the problem. B part, determine the nature of the stationary point. Determine the nature of stationary point. So our first job to find the second order derivative. Now second order derivative is nothing but the derivative of first order, and the first order is already given to us. So derivative of this, half into 2, so this is half into 2, this is x plus 3 to the power half minus 1, so minus half, derivative of x is 1. Now simplify this, so this is 2 to get cancelled, this is 1 by root of x plus 3 minus 1. So this is value or the second order derivative, you can say. Now we need to find, for showing maxima minima, we need to show that second order derivative is less than 0, greater than 0, etc. So to determine the nature means we need to check whether it is maxima or minima. So nature means to determine whether maximum or minima. Now when x is equal to 6, so d square y by dx square is equal to, this is 6 plus 3 9, so 1 by 3 minus 1, 1 by 3 minus 1 is equal to minus 2 by 3, which is less than 0. Therefore f has maximum at x is equal to 6. This is nothing but the nature of stationary point. So writing this is our nature of stationary point. C part of the question, find the equation of the curve. So when that derivative is given and it is asked to find the equation of curve, that is we need to integrate the given problem. So C part is simple. Y is equal to see dy by dx is given to us 2 times x plus 3 to the power half minus x. Now taking integration on both the sides, so derivative integration are reverse process, so it's become y, and here we'll get 2 x plus 3 to the power half minus x. With here different is here we are differentiating with respect to x, so we are differentiating with respect to x also. So integration, this is 2 you can say that constant, you can write outside the bracket, x plus 3 to the power half, so x plus 3 to the power half plus 1, so half plus, so 3 by 2, divide by 3 by 2, and integration of x is x square by 2 plus some constant, say c. We can simplify this one, so this is 2 to the 4 by 3, and this is x plus 3 to the power 3 by 2 minus x square by 2 plus c. This is value of the function or expression for the function, the equation of the curve, but this we need to remove this c. For that we need to use the stationary point. So at 6 comma 14, we can find this constant. So 14 is equal to 4 by 3 already, that x is 6 plus 3 to the power 3 by 2 minus 6 ka square divided by 2 plus c. Now simplify this equation. So after simplification of this equation, your value of c become minus 4. Resubstitute this value to this equation, you will get the required curve. So equation of the curve, required equation of the curve is y is equal to 4 by this 4 by 3 x plus 3 to the power 3 by 2 minus x square by 2, c value is minus 4. So this is our final answer. Now question number 11. Solve the equation 3 tan square x minus 5 tan x minus 2 is equal to 0 for that x is lies between 0 to 180. A part. B part. For the set value of k for which the equation has no solution. And the C part, for the equation 3 tan square x minus 5 tan x plus k is equal to 0, state the value of k for which there are 3 solutions in the intervals and find this solution. So we will see one by one to all the part. A part is simple, just we need to solve the equation. So 3 tan square minus 5 tan x minus 2 is equal to 0. This is nothing but our quadratic. So we need to factorize. So 3 2s are 6. So that factor can be taken in 5. So this is one factor is 3. So this is 3 tan x plus 1 and another one is tan x minus 2. It was done in rough calculation. Now you can assume that is what it is as x, and you can use your calculator to this. So this is 3x plus 1 and this is a x minus 2 is equal to 0. So that is 3 times tan x plus 1 is equal to 0, or tan x minus 2 is equal to 0. So tan x is equal to minus 1 by 3, or tan x is equal to 2. Therefore, x is equal to tan inverse minus 1 by 3, or x is equal to tan inverse of 2. Now this is positive value in the first quadrant, this one is negative, so it is in the second quadrant, and value we want between 180. So it is in the first quadrant and the third quadrant, sorry, second quadrant here. So it is what 180. So here that x is equal to 180 minus this value same as tan inverse of 1 by 3, or that x is equal to tan inverse of 2. So by using our calculator, tan inverse 1 by 3 180 minus that value, x is equal to 161.6, or that here directly x is equal to 63.4. So we have solution. Therefore the solution for this is x is equal to 63.4 and 161.6. Now B part, find the set value. Find the set value of k for which this equation, that is instead of that writing the 2 minus 2, it is k, has no solution. Now this is the quadratic, so it is very simple for us. If it is quadratic, we need to check just v square minus 4ac is less than 0. So v square minus 4ac is less than 0, that is it for no solution. For no solution. Now compare the equation with this standard one. So a is equal to, here we can compare. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 5 and c is equal to k. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 5 and c is equal to k. So calculate v square minus 4ac. So v square minus 4ac which is equal to minus 5 का 25 हो जाएगा and this is minus 12k which is less than 0. So 25 is less than 12k. So k is greater than 25 by 12. So this is the value of k where it has no solution. Now we will see the C part. So in the C part, it is asked to, for the equation, same equation, state the value of k for which there are 3 solutions in the interval. There are 3 solutions. This is challenging question actually. 3 tan square x minus 5 times tan of x plus k is equal to 0. Now one solution, we know that tan of x is equal to 0. This implies tan 0 is 0 if and only, or that is there are 2 values for x for which you are getting 0 in the interval 0 to 180. One value of x is 0 degree and one value of that x is 180 degree. For these 2 values we are getting the value 0. See, this 0 is degree and this 0 is value of the equation. Now to get the 2 solution, we set k is equal to 0. Why? The simple reason is that if that k is 0, we can take that tan is common, so we will get the 2 factor, and obviously from the 2 factor we will get the 2 solution. So to get two solution, we set k is equal to 0. This is straightforward. So this is 3 tan square x minus 5 tan x is equal to 0. So this is tan x common, so this is 3 tan x minus 5 is equal to 0. So tan of x is equal to 0, or 3 tan x minus 5 is equal to 0. So here tan x is equal to 5 by 3. Now if we set tan of x is equal to 0, we already discussed there are two solutions. So from here we will get the two solutions. So this part is done already. Now this from this, so two solution is given and we need the third solution between 1 to, that interval is given 0 to 180, between 0 to 180, and this is positive value, so obviously we will get in the first quadrant itself. So that x is equal to here is tan inverse of 5 by 3, which is equal to, use the calculator. So this using calculator, this is 59.0. So therefore the value of x is equal to 0 degree, value of another solution is 59.0 degree, and the third solution is 180 degree. So these are the possible solution 3 when that. So here we need to state the value of k for which this is possible. Now this is only possible when we set k is equal to 0, otherwise it is not possible. So k is 0. To get the 3 solution, k must be 0. This is the hint. This is the idea to get set as k is equal to 0, because here if it's 0 we can take that tan x is 0. So tan x is 0, give the two solutions. From that we will get the idea that k is 0. Now question number 12. A diameter of the circle C1 has end point at -3, -5 and 7, 3. First part, find an equation of the circle. First we will solve the first part of the question and then we will discuss the other part of the question. Now end point of the diameter is given, end a part, end point of diameter is -3, -5 and 7, 3. So M, say M is a point which is nothing but the midpoint of diameter which is equal to center of the circle. Center of circle. In this case, this is C1. See, if this is my circle, this is the end point of the diameter. So the midpoint is obviously the center of the circle. So endpoint, so midpoint formula is x 2 plus x 1 divided by 2. So minus 3 plus 7 divided by 2 comma minus 5 plus 3 divided by 2, which is equal to minus 3 plus 1 4 y 2 is equal to 2, and minus 5 plus the minus 2 divided by 2 is minus 1. So this midpoint is the center of the circle. So center of the circle C1, center of C1 is nothing but 2 comma minus 1. Now in the problem it is asked to find the equation of the circle. So for finding the equation of the circle, two tasks is very important. First one is to find the radius and second one to find the center. Now center is already calculated by us. Now we need to find the radius of the circle. Now we know that the center radius form of the circle, center radius form of circle, which is r square is equal to x minus h square plus y minus k square, where h comma h and that k is nothing but the center of the circle. So to find the radius from the center, to find the radius from the center, this is center to point, any point on the circumference, say 7 comma 3, or you can say that minus 5 minus 3 minus 5, this is 2, will give you the radius of that circle. Here you will get the r. So in this case, to find the value of r, we need to substitute these point here. So if you take this, this is my h comma k, this one is h, center is h comma k. So at the place of h comma k, I will take 2 and minus 1, and this is any arbitrary point for x comma y, will take this particular point. So this is 7 minus 2 cos square plus y is here 3 minus minus of 1 cos square, which is equal to 7 minus 2 5, 5 cos square is 25 plus 3 plus 1 4, minus minus plus 4, 4 cos square is 16. So 16 plus this is 41. So r square is equal to 41. Now we will use this square here to get the equation of the circle. Same equation to find the equation of the circle in the center and radius form. So C1, the equation of the circle is x minus h is 2 cos square plus y minus minus become plus cos square is equal to 41. This is the equation of the circle C1. Now B part, the circle C1 is translated by the vector 8 4 to give the circle C2 as shown in the diagram. Now you can see this center, whatever here is translated to this 4 unit in x axis and 8 unit in x axis and 4 unit in y axis. So that is my center here my center for this circle C2 is nothing but, suppose this is the C1 and this is C2, center of the circle. So 8 unit this way and 4 unit this way. That is, if x chord h is equal to 2, so h dash become 2 plus 8, and k dash is equal to h plus 4, which is equal to minus 1 plus 4, which is equal to 3. This is equal to 10. So center of this circle is 10 comma 3. This is the understanding of to find the equation of, because to find the equation of the circle, again we want the center and radius of that circle. Now note that in this case, this is the transformation or translation by this. There is no stress factor, so in that circle is not increasing or decreasing in size, so radius remain the same. So for C2 we just need to find the center of this circle, and that center of the circle is already given by this translation, and it can be found very easily by shifting that center of C1 8 unit on x axis and 4 unit on y axis. So new center, now CB part, C1 is x minus 2 the whole square plus y minus, sorry, y plus 1 the whole square is equal to 41. Now new center C2 is equal to 2 plus 8 comma minus 1 plus 4. Why? Because that this is because of that translation, or it is translated by the vector 8 4, that is 8 unit on the x axis and 4 unit on the y axis. You can, if you want, you can draw the diagram, but I don't think that there is need to draw the diagram, because just it is understanding 8 unit this way and 4 units so here. So after the simplification, this part, this become 10 comma minus, no sorry, 10 comma 3 only. This is the center for C2. Now already we have center, and the radius of C2 is equal to radius of C1. Both the radius are same, because there is no effect on the radius when we translate once the circle from one point to another point. So equation of C2 remain the same we need, except we change the value of center. So this is x minus 10 to the power 2 plus y minus 3 to the power 2, which is equal to 41. This is the expression for C2. Next part is C part of the question. Two circle intersect at point R and S. Show that the equation of line RS is this one. See, this is, so we need to find this equation of a line. For that, now two circle are intersecting. So whenever the two curves, those circles are intersecting, simplest method is to equate both the equation. So for intersection, just write down C1 is equal to C2, that is equation of C1 is equal to equation of C2. So this one equation of C1 is x minus 2 cos square plus y minus 1 square. Obviously we need to shift this equation in this side, so this is minus 41 which is equal to x minus 10 cos square plus y minus 3 square minus 41. Now this 41 and this 41 get cancelled. Expand this by using the formula a minus b the whole square or a plus b the whole square. This is plus, I'm so sorry. So this is x square, this is 2 cos 2 to the 4x plus 4 plus y square minus 2y plus 1 which is equal to x square minus 20x plus 10 cos square is 100 plus y square minus 6y plus 9. Let's see which part we can cancel out. So this x square and this x square term get cancel out. This y and this y is also cancel out because same thing. Now this is minus 20x and this is so we left with this 4 minus 4x plus 4 plus 1 is 3, this is 5 is minus 2y is equal to minus 20x minus this is 10 100 so 109 minus 6y. So we need to simplify this equation. So simplified form of this is either shift this part to here or this part here and y bring here. Okay, see, we need to express y is equal to something. See, we need to express y is equal to something, so obviously we transfer to here. So this is 6y minus 2y is equal to minus 20x minus 4x plus 109 minus 5. This to that side. This is 4y is equal to 4y is equal to minus 24. No, sorry, I think I did the mistake. Yes, minus become plus here. So this is 16 minus 16y and this minus, yes it is right, 16x, and this is 5 4, so this is plus 104 16. So this is minus plus. I am shifting this to this side. I think I need to check some calculation over here. So let's check again. This is x square minus 20x plus 100 y square minus 6y plus 9. This is x square minus 4x plus 4 y square This one, this is plus, so this is plus. So if this is plus, so this one is plus, so this is 8. Dividing throughout by 8, so y is equal to, you see I am not getting this one as a 2. If it is 4, I am not getting it 2, and in the problem it is asked, see if it is to find the equation of that line, then there is a chance to commit a mistake. So after making this mistake, I will get the wrong answer here, but already it is asked me to show that, so I am also keeping my eye on this to check whether I am getting the same answer or not. But in this case, if I take this one as a 4, so I am not getting the correct answer, therefore I need to check my answer again working. So after looking the working, I will get this is 8y, so this is minus 16x plus 104. Simplify this. After the simplification, it becomes a, so dividing throughout by 8, this is 8, this is minus 2x, and this is, we need to use the calculator. So 104 divide by 8, or 13 into 8, I think 104, so this is plus 13, hence proved. Now D part of question 12 is, hence show that x coordinate of R and S satisfy this equation. Hence show that x coordinate of R and S satisfy the equation this. That is, we need to substitute this value of, this expression of this y either in first equation of C1 or equation of C2. So putting y is equal to minus 2x plus 13 either in C1 or C2, anyone you can take, either equation of C1 or equation of 2. Let's see equation of C1. So equation of C1 is x minus 2 the whole square plus y plus 1 the whole square is equal to 41. So here we actually need to substitute this y's. So therefore this x minus 2 the whole square as it is, because there is no y, so no need to replace that. Y is replaced by minus 2x plus 13 plus 1 the whole square is equal to 41. Therefore this is a x minus 2 whole square plus this is 13, 1 become 14, so minus 2x plus of 14 square is equal to 41. This is simply expanding the bracket, so therefore this is x square minus 4x plus of 4 plus this is 2 minus 2x square minus 2 square is 4x square minus this is minus 14 into 2 is 28 into 2 is minus 56 x and square of 14 is 196, yes 196, which is equal to 41. So now let's simplify this one, and also at the same time we look the question also, because we need to verify this result. So yes, this way. So 4 plus 1 is 5, so this is 5x square, and then we need to 60 minus 56x minus 4, so minus 60x, so this also will, and this is 4, this is 159 41 96, so 96, so 96 minus if we bring this side, so this is minus, so this is 1 for 200 minus 41 is 159. 159 is equal to 0. This is the required solution to the question 12 part D. Thank you for watching.